The story of the Dodge Tomahawk begins not just with a machine, but with a vision, a dream that defied conventional boundaries. It's a tale woven with the threads of innovation, raw power, and the relentless American spirit. But to truly understand the Tomahawk, we need to go back in time, before this wild concept was even a sketch on a designer's desk. Chrysler, the parent company of Dodge, has always been a name synonymous with bold design and muscle. The 1950s and 60s were the golden era of Chrysler's forward-look design, epitomized by cars like the Chrysler 300, which set the tone for American luxury and performance. But it was the introduction of the Dodge Charger in the 1960s that truly ignited the muscle car movement, a culture that celebrated raw power and unbridled performance. In the late 1990s and early 2000s, Chrysler sought to rekindle the flame of this muscle car heritage. The release of the Dodge Viper in the early 90s was a statement, a return to form, a reminder that American muscle wasn't just a thing of the past. The Viper's V10 engine became an icon, representing a blend of brute force and modern engineering. The automotive world was evolving, but Chrysler wasn't just content with the evolution. They wanted a revolution. The Dodge Tomahawk wasn't born in a boardroom. It was the brainchild of two passionate engineers, Bob Scheider and Dave Chiz, who were consumed by the idea of strapping a V10 Viper engine onto a motorcycle frame. They weren't interested in making just another bike. They wanted to create something that had never been done before. But this was no ordinary motorcycle. They envisioned a machine that would harness the raw power of the Viper's 8.3-liter V10 engine, an engine that pumped out 500 horsepower, more than enough to make any vehicle scream down the highway. The idea was audacious, even by Chrysler's standards. Initially, it was met with skepticism by the higher-ups, including the senior vice president of design, Trevor Creed. But Bob and Dave's passion was infectious, and soon the project gained momentum. The project was greenlit, not as a production model, but as a concept vehicle, a way to showcase Chrysler's innovative spirit at the 2003 North American International Auto Show. What started as a wild idea around the water cooler had transformed into a full-fledged engineering challenge. Building the Dodge Tomahawk was no small feat. The engine alone presented numerous challenges. To fit the massive V10 engine into a motorcycle frame, the engineers had to think outside the box. Traditional motorcycle designs were abandoned in favor of something entirely new, a four-wheel configuration. This was not just for stability, but to manage the sheer size and power of the engine. Mark Walters, a key figure in Chrysler's advanced design team, proposed the use of two front and two rear wheels, which allowed the bike to lean into corners like a traditional motorcycle while providing the necessary stability. The unique suspension system was designed to keep all four wheels on the ground, ensuring that the Tomahawk could handle turns at high speeds. The engineering team even went as far as developing a custom hub-center steering system, a feature more commonly seen on high-end racing motorcycles. Every aspect of the Tomahawk was meticulously crafted, from the custom dual-chain drive system to the split radiators adapted from a Porsche 911, ensuring that this beast could function as a rideable motorcycle, not just a showpiece. When the Tomahawk was unveiled in 2003, the reaction was electric. The bike was unlike anything the world had ever seen, a futuristic, almost alien-like presence that commanded attention. Standing over 8 feet long and weighing in at 1,500 pounds, the Tomahawk was more of a rideable sculpture than a traditional motorcycle. But not everyone was convinced. Critics questioned the bike's practicality, safety, and Chrysler's bold claims, like a top speed of 400 miles per hour. Some speculated that the Tomahawk was more of a marketing stunt than a serious engineering endeavor. Nevertheless, the bike captured the imaginations of enthusiasts and the general public alike. The Tomahawk may never have seen mass production, with only a few models ever made, but its legacy endures. It served as a proof of concept, a bold statement that Chrysler, and by extension Dodge, was still at the forefront of automotive innovation. The Tomahawk's influence can be seen in modern bikes like the Lazarus LM847, which also features a four-wheel design and a massive engine, this time a 4.7-liter Maserati V8. These machines, like the Tomahawk, push the boundaries of what we consider a motorcycle, blending the lines between automotive and motorcycle engineering. Then there's Alan Millard, a mechanical genius who built his own Viper-powered motorcycle, demonstrating that the idea wasn't just feasible, but could be refined and perfected. His version, while less extravagant than the Tomahawk, is a testament to what could have been, a rideable, functional motorcycle that still captured the essence of raw American power. The Dodge Tomahawk wasn't just a bike, it was a symbol of what happens when passion meets possibility, when engineers and designers are given the freedom to dream without limits. It represents the heart of American innovation, the idea that we can create something extraordinary, something that challenges the status quo. In the end, the Tomahawk is a reminder that the spirit of Chrysler and Dodge wasn't just about selling cars or motorcycles, it was about pushing the boundaries of what's possible, about daring to dream big and building something that would inspire awe, even if only for a moment. As we look back on the Dodge Tomahawk, we see more than just a motorcycle. We see the embodiment of a dream, wild, ambitious, and unapologetically American. It's a story of what happens when you refuse to take no for an answer, when you let imagination drive innovation. The Tomahawk may not have changed the motorcycle world in the way some hoped, but it left an indelible mark on the history of automotive design, proving once and for all that sometimes the craziest ideas are the ones worth pursuing. Who knows what the next dream will be? Until then, keep riding, keep dreaming, and stay curious.